Natnael Tesfazion has become the third Eritrean and second in a row to win the Tour du Rwanda after being crowned this year's champion. The tour came to an end on Sunday. Here's CGTN's Mohamed Abubakar with the details from Kigali.
The eighth and last stage of this year's Tour du Rwanda lived up to its billing, as riders had one last chance to catch Eritrea's Natnael Tesfazion, who had been the overall leader at this year's tour since day 4. Tesfazion, who missed out on January's tropical Amisa Bongo's yellow jersey by just 1 second, finished the last stage on Sunday in 9th place, but still maintained his overall top position by 54 seconds to win the yellow jersey. The 20-year-old also took home the jerseys for Best African Rider and Best Young Rider.
This one is big victory for me because yellow jersey is my first time, and in January I lose 1 by 1 second in tropical Amisa Bongo, but now I win yellow jersey. I am very happy, and thank you my team and my staff and all my fans and all Eritrean people.
Rwandan Moise Mugisha, who was riding for local outfit Skola Adrian's Cycling Academy, finished second both in the ultimate stage and general classification. This is the second consecutive edition of the annual UCI Africa Tour race, where Rwandan riders have failed to win even a single stage. However, 2 jerseys for the best Rwandan and most combative riders went to Moise Mugisha and Didier Munyaneza respectively.
It's not easy, but this race to 2.1, we have a strong team, brought Pro Continental and the tour. Example, Cycling Academy or Direct Energy, enough for the risk. For Eritrea, it's too strong national team. But it's not easy to get the first place because professional team, when we try to attack, they control the race. We catch them in the 3 kilometers, because this is the professional race.
A major win, however, for the hosting nation is the lasting impact they have had on pro-continental teams across Africa and World Tour teams that have competed at this year's edition.
Returning to Rwanda every year, the crowds are amazing. I mean, we've seen there was another Pro Tour race on at the same time. We look at the photos and there's no people watching the tour, and then you see the photos of Rwanda. I don't think there's one picture without a crowd. The people is amazing. They love cycling, and you know, when me as an athlete, if I return to Rwanda, you know, I feel like a professional athlete, and it's because of the people and the crowd that's so amazing. And I think that's definitely a big factor that stands out above any tour, not just in Africa, but in the world.
UCI officials were at this year's event to observe on the organization of the tour, as Rwanda waits to hear on the World Governing Body's final decision on their bid to host the 2025 World Cycling Championship. Mohamed Abubakar, CGTN, Rwanda.